So today, we're going to talk about Go Coaching. It's a system that's all about helping entrepreneurs finally solve those nagging problems. The ones that show up year after year. We're going to dig into how it promises to get people unstuck and finally building some real momentum. So let me start with a question that might hit a little close to home. Are you stuck? I mean, really stuck. Is there that one business problem, that same bottleneck that just keeps coming back no matter what you throw at it? It's a super frustrating place to be, but it's also the perfect place to start our conversation today. And this is what it feels like to finally break through. One client, Lori, totally nailed it when she talked about finding smart, elegant solutions to problems that had been holding her back for years. Now, that's not a Band-Aid fix, right? That is a fundamental shift. So how on earth does that actually happen? Well, a shift that big usually doesn't happen alone. You need a guide. And at the heart of this method is the coach, Gabriel Olgin. So who is Gabriel? Well, he's been coaching professionals since way back in 2004, so he brings a ton of experience, including from some globally known coaching organizations. And his work really boils down to three key things: helping people find clarity, sharpening their communication, and building real, lasting momentum. And he works with clients all over the US and even internationally. Credentials are one thing, but coaching style is everything. And what's really telling is how his clients talk about the experience. They use words like kind and nurturing. So this isn't about some drill sergeant yelling at you. It's about a coach who is clear, communicates well, and most importantly, breaks down those huge, complicated issues into steps you can actually understand and act on. Okay, so let's get into the proof, because a method is only as good as the results it gets, right? We're going to take a closer look at that client, Lori, and really unpacked how her years-long problem was finally actually solved. Now, Lori's challenge, this wasn't just a bad quarter or a tough month. We are talking about deep, stubborn business roadblocks that had been stuck in place for years. I mean, it is the absolute definition of being stuck. And the solution she found was described as smart and elegant. I think those are really interesting words. It suggests it wasn't some ridiculously complicated 100-step plan. An elegant solution is usually simple, a powerful strategy that just cuts right to the very heart of the problem. And get this, the impact was immediate. It only took a single session for Lori to feel that change, calling it one of the most productive sessions I've ever had. That just goes to show how powerful it is to get clarity fast, instead of waiting around for months hoping for a breakthrough. And this is what happens when that clarity turns into real momentum. That feeling of being stuck just gets replaced by this genuine energy. You're actually excited to put the ideas into action. That journey from paralysis to progress, that's the whole game right there. So we've seen the results. It's pretty incredible. But how does this progress actually happen? What's the system underneath it all that creates these kinds of breakthroughs? The whole method is built around a weekly call that has a very specific 4-part structure. First, you start with wins. This isn't just a feel-good thing. It's about strategically figuring out what's working so you can build on it. Then you dive into problem solving, tackling the real-time challenges head-on. After that, it's training, actively building skills in things like communication or sales so you can prevent future problems. And finally, it all gets locked in with commitments, clear, practical next steps to take that week. It's a cycle that's designed to create steady progress week after week. So the outcome of this whole structure isn't just a nice chat. It's about creating a practical environment that's built for action. The entire point is to move past theory and to consistently get you unstuck, sharpen how you communicate, and build real, tangible momentum. So who is this actually for? Well, it's pretty clear. It's for entrepreneurs and business owners who need practical guidance, not just a bunch of theory. It's perfect for sales pros who know that better communication means better results. And really, it's for anyone who's just tired of spinning their wheels and is ready for real, consistent progress. Here's another client, Kenya, who talks about a feeling so many of us know, just being totally overwhelmed. And when you're overwhelmed, feeling confident is almost impossible. For her, the coaching helped clarify her ideas, and that clarity is what directly helped build her confidence back up. And let's be honest, sometimes that confidence is the single biggest thing standing in your way. All right, let's bring this all home. If any of this is resonating with you, that feeling of being stuck, that need for clarity, that desire for real momentum, here's how you can actually get started. There are basically 2 ways to jump in. First, you can join the free weekly group call. It happens every Wednesday, and it's a great way to experience the coaching style live. Or, if you want support that's focused just on your specific business challenges, you can book a free initial chat to talk about one-on-one private sessions. So that leaves us with one last thought. What's the one problem that's been holding you back, maybe for years? And what would a smart, elegant solution to that one problem unlock for you and your business? To start finding out, you can head over to CoachGabrielOlgin.com. Thanks for listening.